What's good, everybody? Welcome to my parents' basement. I'm your host, Rob G, filmmaker, living in his parents' basement, documenting the struggle so that you can avoid my mistakes or get yourself out of a similar situation.
All right, guys. So we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna head on out the door to my other job, and I'm gonna take you with me. Always gotta pack a hat and a coat, just in case. Right now, it's like 64 degrees outside, but this is Colorado, man, so you know it's probably gonna change quick. This is where it'd be nice to have dual pixel focus image stabilization. Peter McKinnon telling me that I'm freaking awesome, but I'm not Canadian, so.
I'm headed to my gig where I work for a sports video company in Colorado, and they work kind of like an agency where they supply me with a number of gigs every week. They're great for consistency. This sports video hustle, as I'll show you a little later, is not exactly an ideal hustle if you're looking to make a sustainable living. If you're trying to work multiple streams of income, though, it can definitely be a good supplement. It is a freelance gig. So basically, I take orders from them on a weekly basis, and those orders then become my assignments for the week. It is grind based on effort. I mean, you can't even supplement your living with this job if you're not willing to spend time doing it. And I do spend quite a bit of time doing it. In 10 games this week, that adds up to a decent amount of money, but it sure as hell is not easy to get there. I get paid $50 for a regular game that happens on a weekend. I get paid $60 for a regular game that happens on a weekday. If the game is further outside of the metro area, I get paid a little bit more based on distance, and I can earn a bonus on each game after I make 10 games a month. I've been offered jobs working with other sports video companies a couple times, actually, since I've worked for this current company that I'm at. Normally works out that they want to charge somewhere in between $50 to $70 a game. You know, that's the normal price range. But, you know, some people will require that you have your own equipment. Other people will, you know, provide you with equipment.
So the game time starts at 4:30 or 5:30. It means I need to be there at 5. Well, here it is, 4:04. I haven't even picked up the equipment. So this kid, I mean, this part can be stressful because you risk showing up late and pissing the client off way bad. Okay, we made it here at 4:10, so we're actually doing really good. I'm gonna get you stashed in the trunk for the next shot, and we will get moving.
Getting the gear in the car is not actually difficult, and it fits pretty well. By far the worst part of the process, and probably the whole job, is this giant tripod. It's cumbersome as shit, and it can do some serious damage to you and your vehicle.
That wasn't me. That was the leather seats.
I hate traffic. It's gotten so bad in Denver since the population boom. If I can avoid it by getting my gear early, that's always the best choice.
Okay, so it is 5:07. We're actually 7 minutes late, but my boss said it was cool, so let's get the gear out and get moving.
They use basic camcorders with all of the auto functions on. This is a Canon Vixia G30. The most complex piece of equipment to this whole process is that cumbersome tripod. This is a custom-made version that the company I work for is kind of known for, but there are brand name versions such as the HiPod that retail for about $4 to $5 grand.
Okay, so here we are out at the field, and as you can see, team's warming up behind me. Normally I have to get here about 30 minutes ahead of time to make sure that I get the rig set up.
If you shoot at a lot of stadiums
or places that have hills nearby, a large tripod isn't really even necessary. Check out this one up here in the window. But it really is great on flat fields. The system itself, though, is not all that complicated, with a remote, a long HDMI cord, and a monitor being the only other pieces of standard equipment. But unless you have an extra bright monitor, you won't be able to see a damn thing outdoors without a shade or an umbrella. Then you're set to capture the game. Unless you don't know anything about shooting sports. There are nuances to shooting every single sport, and you're gonna have to learn what those nuances are before you shoot. You don't have to know all the rules of each game, right? You don't have to be an expert or be able to coach the thing. And the best way that I can say to get yourself acquainted with the flow of the game is if you just watch professionally. The ones that are broadcast on television, those guys are at the top of their game. Not just the people on the field, but the people behind the camera capturing that. They know the game the best. They have kind of an instinct about how the play travels. Along with your coat and hat, you will definitely need to bring water for a long day. And because zoning out and feeling like you've lost large amounts of time in your day is an occupational hazard, I would really recommend multitasking by learning with podcasts. One of the best parts of the gig, my absolute favorite, is shooting the semi-pro soccer games. Recording high school games has the ability to bring you back in time, and the added bonus of getting to spend so much extra time outdoors really makes you appreciate this planet that God has given us. It's not an easy job to keep profitable though. If you have to spend more than a couple hours at a game, and you have to pay to travel there, you can end up making less than minimum wage. That's why I meticulously plan my travel times and set limits on how much gas I can buy per week. At the end of the day, it's not exactly filmmaking, but the work has had an immediate impact for a kid or many kids who are living out the prime of their lives, and that feels good. Everyone hates the refs in every sport, and you will too eventually. When the games are long and you just wish they'd finish already, somehow the Zebras manage to make it all about themselves by throwing another flag or stopping the clock. The days can be long, and along with the razor-thin profit margin and zero upward mobility, you will rarely ever get validation from the clients or your boss. So I have to say, it really isn't a great career, unless you're going to run your own company. I know that the managers and the owners are making much more, and the per game price is around a few $100s. But I don't want to run a sports video company, source those clients, maintain that overhead. I'm happy just using this as a stepstone, so I can get money and get out the basement.